Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, because I've designed it myself during the last almost 9 years of being a coach. And nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. I rendezvous 2 to 3 times per week with all my clients. And you have the choice between the standard package, which is 2 to 3 times per week, and the deluxe package, okay, which requires that you be with me 3 times per week. Okay, and in between, you have access to me via emails, text messages, and also if you really need it, you can reach out to me via an audio message. Okay, so this is for somebody who really needs a lot of hand holding. They're going through a lot, and a lot of processing needs to take place. If you feel on month 2 you can downgrade, so to speak, to the regular package, you can do that. I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me, in order, number one, to cover my coaching program, but also for you to be able to be stable in your new reality, okay, in your new vibration. So I'm a very thorough coach. I start with your history. I need to understand all the makings of your mind, the kinds of beliefs that you picked up, okay, from your mama drama panorama. Then we process the emotions, the beliefs, we correct the past, so to speak. We relinquish a lot of pain, especially with people with deep trauma, which I've worked with extensively in my coaching. And then and only then do I offer you everything I know about manifestation, all the tricks of the trade, so to speak, and I give you everything that you need to succeed in order to manifest what you really want. And I hold your hand throughout this journey. Now, in my coaching, some people, end up changing their life so much that they might and want to stay an additional month, maybe 2 months. Or they just might need extra help, okay, because they haven't processed a lot of things up until now. And everybody's different. Look, everybody's different. What takes one person 2 3 months, another one that necessitates 6 months, etc. Okay, so it's not a competition, and no one's in a rush. As long as you do it right, I would like for you to do this correctly and really take your time to understand the process is meant to be done once and correctly, and for you to move forward with your life. Okay, now, have my clients completed my coaching and have come back to me for a phone call or two? Yes, this has happened completely, because once in a while something comes up, the remnants of the past, this and that, and I call it a touch-up. But overall, you will receive all the information that you need in coaching in order to be able to manifest like I do, and everything that I know about manifestation. Now, I want to really quick go over several things. For the packages, the Zoom group session, seminar, I just came out of one not too long ago, is now sold out until September. Okay, so the 2 hour, 2 to 2.5 hour seminar, the group seminar, where 10 people are maximum, is sold out through September. And I took it off my website because at this point, I'm going to have a waiting list. Okay, those who are interested, it's $150. That's the admission fee. And in which, in the session, the seminar, I'm so used to doing sessions. In the seminar, you'll be able to ask me questions. You'll be able to address your personal situations, but it's very minimal, right? So it's in the group, and you have to be comfortable in the group. Yes, I will address your personal issue. Yes, you will get guidance. Yes, you will, receive what you came for. But again, it's minimal. I would rather you book an hour if you really need to address your personal issues. If you want to be on the waiting list, you need to email me for that. But again, it's not until September. Also want to remind you about the monthly audios that are extremely helpful. I get amazing feedback about those. audios, and that's a subscription monthly. I will definitely increase the price. Right now it's at $450. It's basically entry-level coaching. Okay. And it's enormously helpful. It's 15 audios. I send them to you every other day. And so you end up basically with like 7 hours or more of material a month. Okay. There are exercises there, stuff that I only share in coaching one-on-one. And again, I have never recorded anything like this, nor will I ever for my channel. This is in-depth instruction. So usually the way that I would conduct my audios on my channel, and still do, like right now I'm going to answer a question, okay, from my mailbox, and the questions that I excuse me, often hear in my interactions with clients and this and that does not even come close to what I discuss in these audios. I literally am coaching you without having any interaction with you one-on-one. That's what it really is. And in addition, really quick, I just introduced a package that will be, I think, very beneficial for a lot of you. It's called Magic Spells Academy. What it really is, it's 4 phone calls or 4 sessions on Zoom with me. I usually go over, everybody knows it in my coaching, by like 10-15 minutes. Because I'm cool like that, very cool coach. And what that really is we dive deep into magic spells, specifically how to do them, the energy work around it, how to really accomplish your desires. Now, you can take this class, essentially this course, as it were. However, I do expect that you have already done some type of work on yourself, right? And if you haven't, don't have the expectation to achieve the results that you could by at least, doing some of my coaching, okay? Whether that's, I don't know, 1 month at the very minimum, okay? So, but it's out there and you can have those 4 phone calls. I can explain to you what this is all about. People have been asking me about it, and there it is. I just put it out, okay? You really need to sign the coaching agreement for everything. And it's the best idea is to always pre-book with me, because I'm getting booked up every single day, okay? So that I can plan my schedule. Okay, sorry, this is a little bit longer, but I really needed to fit all the information in. And I think this is very helpful for everybody. So, okay, so the question always comes up, and it came up in the seminar today that I was conducting earlier, is why am I not manifesting? So a lot of people go to these, seminars, okay, like Abraham Hicks and this and that. Listen, my seminars are not like that. They're very fucking in-depth, very fucking instructive, and, like just not even close. Not even close. I don't talk about the fucking vortex, all right? So let's just leave it at that. And so people ask, I go to these seminars, I read books, I listen to audios, Why am I not manifesting? Look, there's a huge difference. I just want to set the record, really kind of clear and straight, right? So the huge difference between you listening to a tape, unless it's my audios. Again, the audios for the monthly subscription are full of instruction, so you will know what to do, okay? And yet still there is a difference between that and getting one-on-one coaching. Why? Very simple reason, okay? Because you listening to something, okay, doesn't provide you the guidance from where you are today. Okay, you don't get a chance to talk about yourself, what you've been through, your trauma panorama, okay? Everything that's going on in your mind, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, all of this is super fucking important. Okay, everybody, knows, I don't coach in the comments, but once in a while, new subscribers come along and they start asking me questions like, what is your advice? I'm going to start coaching you in the comments. It's impossible and irresponsible. I will never do it because I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I really need to spend at least an hour with you in order to even begin to understand what the hell is going on in your life. Right? So there's a lot of background there that needs to be covered and understood. Where are you coming from? Very simple like that. And so then an educated and qualified coach would guide you how to do what you need to do in your position. So the same thing does not apply to everybody. Now, you can be in a similar situation, like a lot of people can relate to what I'm talking about and this and that, having a narcissistic mother, blah, blah, blah. However, you are an individual. You're still, nobody's like the next person. And so why are you not manifesting? Because you're not giving yourself a chance. And but there's a will, there's a way. You'll find a way if you want to. Listen, I've had different stories in my coaching, not for nothing. I don't want to upset anybody when I say this. However, people have come to me, and had 1 hour with me and said to me, Anna, I only have enough money for, 1 hour with you. And I was like, fine, well, we'll make the best of it, right? So, like I said, I always go over like 10, 15 minutes sometimes. And you know what? They told me up and down, like, I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it. And something magically happened. And a week later, I have a lot of these stories, okay? They had the money and they got into my coaching. And you know what ends up happening, though? They shift so much that they create changes in their lives. And they end up making more money. So this money that you're going to spend, parenthesis here, in coaching with me or audios, it's literally an investment that will guarantee, if you pay attention to what I'm saying, if you take my guidance, obviously, and of course, it will guarantee you receiving enormous dividends. I can put my money on it. Now, if you don't listen, if you don't, whatever, I mean, why come into coaching with me? I come very well pre-advertised, okay? But, I've had a couple of these people, and literally like 2 or 3, that, whatever, they thought that they were in charge of my coaching. Okay, so that did not really work out. But if you do what I ask you, what I suggest, not ask, but even like what I suggest, I think you should do this, you will absolutely succeed and you will make more money. So having said that, where there's a will, there's a way. You will manifest this shit. Like, again, cannot tell you how many stories I have like that. People, manifested money just to be in coaching with me so that they can have a chance to understand what I have to offer. And inevitably, they prosper. But the reason that you're not manifesting is very simple. There's something bothering you, right? Whether that's your SP situation, the emotionality around that, whether that's a third party, whether that's the, how they treated you, maybe they were rude to you, whatever, hot and cold, blah, 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 married somebody else instead of you. I mean, I've heard it all in my coaching, right? So there's no such thing as an impossible situation. Side note here, I've dealt with different you name a situation, I've dealt with it. All right. So, SPs brought back like decades, later, or years later, and this and that, from marriages and this and that. Listen, parenthesis here really quick. I wanted to insert this because I don't think I made it clear in my live. When I talk about like third parties and this and that, happen to be married and blah, blah, blah. Here is the disclosure for those of you who haven't listened to me, and I know like people keep subscribing, and welcome everybody. And I want to make sure everybody understands this, and please get familiar with my content, okay? So that you know where I stand on this. Just because somebody is in a marriage doesn't mean that, first of all, it's meant to be for them. 2, you don't have to interfere into their marriage in order to manifest a version of that person who's going to get out of that marriage of their own volition. Because that person, just because, you're not alone in this. If you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. If you're loving them, they're loving you. So that version already exists, who's already thinking about divorcing that person, who's already thinking about marrying you instead. True story. I've had these situations. I can talk from experience, my own fucking experience, parenthesis here, and experiences of my clients. The universe is just like, that's how it works. If you have a desire, it's already yours. And so why do you feel the desire in the first place? Because there's another version of you in the parallel reality that already is living out the situation. Otherwise, what kind of fucking torturous universe this would be that would give you the desire that you have no ability to manifest? That would be completely crazy, darling, crazy. So please, excuse me, don't feel bad if that's your situation, but also understand You're not being a bad person, all right? If you want to make this happen, you just need to understand the ethics of the universe. You don't need to do anything in the 3D, obviously. That wouldn't even help you. What you can do is align with the version of parallel reality where everything is to your liking, everything is on your side and advantageous to you and you only. Okay, so everything is changeable. But again, you have to change for things to change. So why you may not be manifesting, there's resistance. Okay, simply put, you have resentment towards this person. You may have resentment towards rich people. And a lot of people, sometimes come into my coaching and say to me up and down, no, I love money, and this and that, and recite back to me the affirmations they have on their wall, and meanwhile their reality shows otherwise. So you can, this just goes to the kind of like the proof that you can affirm whatever the fuck you want if you deep down really have resentment towards people who have money, or kind of like are afraid of money or afraid to not have money and all these kinds of things, the beliefs around it. You can affirm whatever you want. If you don't work on this resistance that you have, on those beliefs that you've inherited from your parents or whoever, not a goddamn thing will change. And so that's what you need to work on. And an audio or a video isn't necessarily equipped to give this to you. Naturally so, because it takes, again, a qualified coach who's done this with different people already and has results in their own life and in the lives of other people that have coached with them. Okay, and as much as I can, I share what I'm allowed to. Okay, nobody in my coaching wants to disclose who they are. Okay, like I said, I've handled sensitive cases, like people who were really deeply traumatized. I handled celebrity cases, some famous people, etc. You don't even have to be a fucking celebrity, okay, to want to remain anonymous, that you got coaching with me. And I fucking respect that. Okay, so the stuff that I share, that I can share, it's there. Okay, so that's why I share so much about myself, because, well, I can talk about myself and show you what I really have lived and what I know. Okay, but it takes a qualified coach to sit you down and poke around in your history, so to speak, get the kind of like the ball rolling. And I don't care how many coaches you've been through, quite frankly. I do it my way. I do it the thorough way, so you never need another coach. Truly, truly, truly. Okay? And again, if you come prepared to work. And so why don't you manifest? Because chances are nobody has taken interest in you. Okay? If you've been into another coach or whatever, they haven't maybe done it the right way. Maybe you felt some type of way around them that you didn't fully trust them. Okay, I've heard that you couldn't open up. That's important. Sometimes in my very coaching, okay, people sometimes are so wary of coaches because again, I hear stories. Oh my God, galore about other coaches, and they need to get used to me being, a good coach that, knows what the fuck she's doing until they really tell me everything. Right. But once they do, and that's actually, not to be underestimated, the comfort that you have with this person, the resonance of energy is paramount. Okay. Even if they kind of like, they're not trying to hide it, but they're kind of like, I bring out more out of people. I don't know how I do it. I just do it. Okay. Because maybe I know how to ask it. Maybe I can relate to certain situations, etc. So, when you finally get to the point where you're confronting your actual situations, the things that need to come into the light, okay, because most people either have completely hidden it away so deep down, they don't even know what it is anymore, that is blocking them, or they have this, and again, I talked about it in my live, that they have this bogus perception of what works with manifestation. They have this situation in mind. I mean, horribly promoted by the law of attraction industry. I don't even like this expression anymore. That you have to constantly pressure yourself into thinking positively. That is not what's necessary. You need to talk about the shit and you need to unload it, and that you cannot do by yourself, right? So it's very difficult to do this work by yourself. And so once you do address situations and you don't shy away from them, you don't hide yourself from them, or that them from you, it becomes crystal clear at some point where the trouble lies and what kinds of ideas have been permeating in your mind. Okay. And again, yes, you can watch the videos, you can listen to the audios. Okay. And they're big help. Listen, huge help. I get a lot of really great compliments on my channel, and even bigger compliments on my monthly audios. However, a lot of people, touch base with me and say, hey, can I get on the phone with you? I have some questions. One-on-one situation is necessary, okay, with somebody who knows what they're doing, because they give you perspective. Okay, have you thought about this? What about if you do this? Okay, in therapy, you do not get this. So if you're thinking that I'm a therapist, I'm not. I think I'm a little bit better than a therapist, though. And for those of you, listen, if you truly need therapy, please, by all means, go do that shit, okay? I mean, that's just what it is. But in which way am I better than that? Because I give you guidance as to how to actually better your life. I don't think the therapist does that. They don't have goals for you. They don't have direction. They don't have exercises for you. They're just sitting there and asking you how did it make you feel? Well, how the fuck do you think it makes me feel? Or did it make me feel? I don't feel like that's constructive, and you don't get so much accomplished in such a short period of time. When you have feedback, when the person is honest about their opinion about what you should do because they've done it before themselves, or they seen another person in their coaching succeed because of this, then it becomes really valuable, like what situation can help you. Okay, otherwise, like a lot of people, okay, again, whether in therapy or people who are like studying books and this and that, you can spend years, okay, in learning about manifestation, and it's kind of like all about it. Like, let's just say I know all about how to cook a ratatouille or whatever, but I've never like actually cooked it, and that's kind of like completely stupid, right? So if I'm led into the kitchen, I know all about ratatouille and what it looks like and this and that and the vegetables, but I've never made it myself. So that's completely valueless, right? So you can know a lot of things about whatever, but to put it into practice and to actually exercise what will help you manifest what you want to manifest is a completely different story. It's just what it really is. But I really, in conclusion, I really want to stress something to everybody. It is a miracle what happens when you finally process what you need to process in order to part with your past. It just is. And I've witnessed this over and over and over in my coaching. I mean, I have my own examples from my own personal life, but to see this in my coaching over and over again, very efficiently executed, this is what needs to happen for you to manifest. So in other words, if you're still harboring resentment, and again, listen, sometimes people think that they've forgiven somebody, but they're still underneath it all feel resentment. And in manifestation, listen, energy talks volumes. You cannot escape energy. You can tell yourself your pretty affirmations till the cows come home. It won't work. It just won't. It just won't. It will not. Capiche? So you gotta really be honest in coaching. Gotta really be honest with yourself. How do I really feel about this person? This is why they're not coming back. This is why they're not changing. Now, listen, sometimes people give up on certain people in my coaching, and that's valid too. Absolutely. Like maybe they think they can find something else. Okay? Or maybe some other person is now more whatever appealing to them, and that's fine too. But the idea is to produce a result that sticks. Okay, that you never go back to the way that you used to be. You never are again lacking confidence or don't know what to do, in a situation that you're presented with. You don't know how to, or never again do you question your power of transferring yourself into a parallel reality. Okay. And that, my darling love, seriously starts with, again, honesty and completely processing the emotions of the past, becoming, in fact, a different person. Because, again, when you change, everything changes. Seriously, though, when your energy is so fucking pure you could like levitate, like literally, that's the magical power. Nothing, I mean, temporarily you might get angry, this and that, but that anger goes like within minutes. You process it, you feel through it, baba, it's done. But again, most people, like almost 100% of them, okay, have not addressed, okay, the hygiene of their emotions and of their feelings. And imagine, right? I mean, this is kind of like gross maybe for some people, but imagine if you haven't taken a spiritual shower in decades. Okay. And that's what energy is. That's the energy you maybe walking around with today, of regret, anger, resentment, babapoo, self-hatred, maybe even, these lack of confidence, feeling unworthy, bababa, feeling less than, all these things. You need to take a spiritual shower and really get to know yourself all over again. And for that new version, honestly, it's a blink of an eye to manifest that fucking SP bag. It's true. I'm not just fucking saying that. It's absolutely true. The sum of money, whatever your block is, okay? I don't really like that word, but that's what people use. It will disappear. It will vanish. Okay. I can tell you this again from my own personal experience and from the experiences of my clients. You will be unfucking recognizable. True story. Okay. All the information from me is below. If you need to ask any question, put yourself on a waiting list. Just email me. Otherwise, pre-book the coaching package that you need, sign the coaching agreement, send it to me, and let me know a little bit about what you'd like to work on in coaching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, ciao, ciao.